Hi everyone, this is Sandra. Welcome back to my channel. Today is a makeup tutorial using the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy Palette. So this is going to be a very quick look, and I'm not going to do much talking, only because I have to go pick up my son in 40 minutes. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with a primer. This is my Too Faced RX Hangover Replenishing Face Primer. I already applied my moisturizer, but my skin still feels a little dry. And because we're doing this quick, normally I would use my sponge or my Blendiful, which I will be using today. So in my last makeup tutorial, I did try out the Blendiful, but I tried it with a new foundation that I'm not used to. The last time I used my Blendiful, I used a new foundation, was the Tarte Amazonian Clay foundation that I wasn't used to using. So I still have to try that one out with my makeup sponge and a brush. But today we're going to be using the Tarte Foundcealer in 35G Medium Golden. So this one, I know how it works. I like the application. I'm just going to see how it applies with the Blendiful. So I did swipe it on like the directions suggest, and I don't notice any weird lines or anything, but I would just tap it out after just to make sure, but it looks good. I pretty much did this, swiped it all around my face. I didn't really blot it, and the coverage is usually how I get it with the sponge, and this is dry, so I like it. I think it's good. I think it was maybe just the foundation that I used before, and this went on really, really well. So I'm going to conceal using Tarte Shape Tape. This is light neutral. It's mostly my eyes and my under eyes. I won't do like a crazy highlight on the middle of my face like I have been doing. I'm just going to focus on the under eyes right now and fold the sponge kind of lengthwise and use the tip to blend my concealer. And then I also use it to bring up some of the concealer on the lid. I do notice this is much faster than the sponge because it does have more surface area. I kind of feel like I need a couple of these Blendifuls, but I really like how it puts on concealer. It looks so good. Okay, I'm going to use my Jeffree Star Magic Star setting powder in beige. And I'm not sure if it's the way that I've applied my powder with this, because it doesn't put on tons and tons of powder. It only uses what your skin needs to absorb any oil or liquid from the moisture, like from the foundation. With this tool, my skin looks so nice and so natural that I feel like it's worth your money. I think I said that before, even with the foundation that I was kind of unsure about. This just does a really good job of blending. I love how my skin looks right now. Like, it basically looks like I'm not wearing makeup at all, but my skin looks better than it usually does. I'm going to use my Tarte Park Ave Princess Chisel palette. I'm still going to use the Blendiful. I'm just going to use a different little corner. I'm going to go into some of the matte shades and gently contour my face. I like this because you can get it exactly where you want it. I'm also going to blush with this. I'm using my Benefit Blush Bar, and I think I'm going to use the Rockateur blush, which is right down here, this bottom one. I'll use another area of the clean sponge. Really like how that looks. I think I did my blush a little bit darker than I usually do, but my skin looks so good. So I'm going to spray it with my Too Faced Hangover RX 3-in-1 setting spray, and then quickly go off camera and do eyebrows, and we'll be right back to start the eye. Right, we're back with the palette here with a Sigma E35 tapered blending. Now I could use, it's called New Yaka or OG. So I'm going to go in with OG because it's a little less, it's a little bit more soft. So let's use OG. Remember these, well, This is only the second palette of Anastasia Beverly Hills I own. The first one being the Jackie Aina palette, and I love that one. And I've heard that all of the Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes are very, very pigmented and also very powdery. So when you first put your brush in the pan, they have a lot of kickback. And I have found that completely to be true. But when they go on your eye, they do apply like a dream. As long as you tap off your brush, there's usually no fallout. It just goes on really, really, really nice. And they're really easy to blend. So I am just dipping back into the shadow to apply more color to deepen up the crease. I'm going to take an E25 now, and I'm going into the shade Semsa, which is, I will take off this plastic piece so it doesn't get in my way, this purple fuchsia color, and I have very little on the brush. I did tap it off, and I'm applying that in the crease as well, but directed more towards the outside and bringing it down onto the outer corner of the lid. And I am blending it into the first shade. And how I apply my makeup is I usually do one eye, and then I go in with the other eye and try to get it to look exactly the same as the first eye. And then if I want to deepen up the color, I go ahead and deepen up the color after. You know what? I would call this a plum color. Definitely plum. Okay, so I'm going to go back into that very first brush and blend between the two shades, Semsa and OG. Just make sure that there's no harsh lines. I really like that deeper color too. And I was going to go in with a darker color, but I think I'm just going to leave that because I think that's super, super pretty. And this totally doesn't match my shirt color today. Meh. Oh well. Okay. Yeah, I really like that color. It's like a shade between plum and fuchsia. So I really want to add this like reddy shade to my lid and then have like a pink lid, and this would almost be a pink look basically. Okay, we're gonna do that and then we can lighten it up after. I'm gonna spray the other side of this same brush, the E25. I'm just going to use the same spray I was using, the Too Faced Hangover RX. Dip it into Resi. Ooh, so pretty. And I'm just going to stamp it onto the lid. Oh yeah, I was talking about like a pink, like a, kind of like a pink color eye makeup tutorial. I had one. I guess this isn't really pink, it's still more purple. But it is so pretty, and if you do wet it with like a setting spray or eye drops or water or whatever it does brighten up quite a bit more. I feel like I lost a little bit of Semsa, so I'm just going to go back in with the other side of the brush again, add it to the outside corner, and then blend one more time with the very first brush. I never really seem to bring my eyeshadow up too high, and I think for me, because I do have deeper set eyes, maybe it's a good thing if I do, because then it really gives my shadow a chance to pop. And then I know what I'm going to do for the bottom, but I think what I want to do for the top, I'm going to spray my finger with a little bit of setting spray, and I'm going to dip it into the shade Barb, which is this sparkle color here. So I think it is actually a complete sparkle. I'm going to put it on the inside corner. Yeah, it's not just a shimmer, it's like a shadow topper maybe. I would use it as a shadow topper, which we're doing. I'm going to try using Wasted, this shade here, for the inner corner. So I'm going to take a clean pencil brush. I don't know if this will really show up. I could use Anastasia, which is like kind of the same. I was just going to go in with my, yeah, that's too pink for me. I'm just going to go in with my Mary Lou highlighter because it's definitely more neutral. I'll wet my brush for this too because my highlighter always shows up better. Then I'm going to take Cupcake right here on the lower lash line. I'm going to use another pencil brush. So this might need like a setting spray as well. I find a lot of these don't really stay on that well because they're very powdery. You might need like a shadow primer or like a shadow glue maybe, like a shimmer glue, glitter glue. You know what I mean. And now we're going to do something crazy. I usually never put like pink, purple, and blue together, but I'm going to go into Leo, which is the only blue shade in this palette. I'm going to add just a touch on the same pencil brush and use it for the outside corner. and use it to work into that purple so it actually shows up as a purple instead of just looking more pink. And I'm just switching between Cupcake and Leo just to kind of blend them out. I think I'm happy with that. So I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to line my eyes, the upper lash line only, with the Too Faced Better Than Sex liquid liner. Apply some lashes, mascara, and we will be back to finish up the look. Okay, lashes are done, so I will leave everything linked below that I used. I'm just in such a rush. So I did also pick up from my haul the Morphe Trio, and this is, I think this is like the pink one. I can't remember, I threw out the box. But the pencil is in Backseat Love. The cream lipstick by Morphe is in, oh no, it's a matte lipstick, Wifey. And the lip gloss is in the shade Pop. So I'll quickly apply these three. I thought that this trio would go really well with the Amrezy palette. And I usually just tap on the lipstick and then the gloss can go right on top. So it is definitely a little pinker than I'm used to, but that's okay. I'm going to use this F64 Soft Blend Concealer to apply a little bit of highlight, and we are good to go. So just a little bit on the cheekbone. A little bit on the nose, brows, chin, and then I always put some on the Cupid's bow. And then some people don't like to put setting spray on once their lashes mascara is on, but I'll always just give a little spritz. And that is the completed look. So I know this was very rushed. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you picked up that Amrezy palette for yourself. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Also, if you're new here, I would love if you subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell notification so you won't miss any of my future videos. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye.